Hey everybody, it's Hops Metal Show. It's Hopper.
String.
This show we're gonna do some albums we're anticipating, looking forward to. Is coming out this year. There's a lot of them I'm pretty excited about. I think the metal fans are gonna have a pretty good year of music. Don't you think?
Oh yeah. It's just we were just comparing notes before we started, and it's I don't know how many I share. I don't even think I have hardly any that he has.
Yeah.
And we've got a slew of them that's coming out. That and the concerts that I've heard so far this year.
And also, me and String's trying to cook up something. We might have a cool little, I don't know if it's a documentary. I'm not sure how it's going to go. But if it goes like we got it planned, we might have something kind of
what we playing maybe.
yeah, might be something kind of cool for the M3 festival, because we're going. Not sure if we're going all 3 days yet, but we're definitely going to. I'm guessing we'll feel like rock stars that day.
I think we almost have to go to all 3 days, just because in Extreme, if they're playing the last day, I'd like to really go see them.
Well, no, we're talking. I guess Friday's still up in there.
Well,
but damn, it's hard to turn down Kicks.
Yeah.
I mean, every year. But I guess first one, I was excited when I heard that these guys are back together. I mean, I love Surprise Attack, Wild America. None other than Tora Tora is putting out Bastards of Beale, which I heard the other day. That's called the title track. It's a place in Nashville where the blues players play, and they said a lot of crazy stuff goes on down there. But it's really going to be released February 22nd. I've already heard 2 tracks, Rose of Jericho and Silence of Sirens. I don't know. Have you heard?
I saw that it was out, but I haven't. Well, I only knew the one. I don't even remember which one it was, but I saw where they released one. I haven't listened to it yet, though.
And it's actually going to be. They actually got the original Surprise Attack producer. I can't think of his name right now to produce the album, so that made it even more exciting. I'm really looking forward to it. You want to roll for your first one?
Yeah, I got Overkill. Definitely have a release date on that one so far, and that one's on February 22nd. The Wings of War. They've already released 2 tracks off of that one so far. Both good, and so it'll be 2 years. 2017 was the last album, and that was The Grinding Wheel. So definitely looking forward to that one. It's a band that never disappoints, so I'm sure everything on that one will be superb.
Yeah, I know you and Randy always talk about. Yeah, they never let you down. I mean, some other bands will in that era, but I mean, album after album, Bobby Blitz just brings it. I feel like even live, I've seen them once. Yeah. I know you've seen them multiple times.
6 times, I think, so far.
And all right, so I'm gonna go to my second one, and I've been really looking forward to this. Is Tesla's got a new album coming out called Shock. It's going to be produced by Phil Collen, which everybody who knows Phil Collen come from Def Leppard, and everybody knows Hysteria, one of the biggest produced albums, layers of guitars, sound is incredible. And I've heard the title track, Shock, which sounds really good. I mean, it sounds really layered and really produced, and Phil Collins probably studied under one of the best Mutt Lange, so I'm sure it's going to sound great. And that comes out March 8th.
That's the thing. A lot of these musicians, they've spent time in the studios and watching, and some of them sit back and they're drinking and hammered or whatever, but there's a few of them that sat back and paid attention, and all these years later, here they're in there doing it for themselves then. And
yeah, they've become the Mutt Langes, and well, I think Jeff Pilson, I'd heard the other day, he's really moving up in the world.
I just heard that. I didn't realize he was doing stuff.
And that comes from Wagner, because he did Doc, and that's how all that got started.
All right, my second one is Mark Morton. If you don't know who Mark Morton is, he's a guitar player for Lamb of God, and he'd been working on this solo album for apparently years. Just whenever he had time, he would try to go in and do what he could on each track or whatever. It comes out on March the 1st. It's called Anesthetic, and it's got a boatload of people, guest musicians on there. It's Chester Bennington, did a song with him before he passed away. Jacoby Shaddix, Chuck Billy, Miles Kennedy, Josh Todd, and there was a slew of other people on there that's guesting in vocals.
Josh Todd, that's Buck Cherry,
Buck
right?
Cherry, yeah. So it's got tons of people on there, and I've heard one song, all of it, and another song I only heard a portion of it, and they've been playing them on XM. So one they've been playing on Octane, the other one playing on Liquid Metal. But the little bit of the one that was on Octane that I heard was the one with Chester Bennington, and then it was pretty cool. I enjoyed what I heard of it anyway.
Yeah, I meant to listen to that track. I'd heard that there was a song that he had done a song with Chester Bennington. I didn't realize they had an album coming out. I seen where he had done a song and they finally had done it, but I didn't realize it was going to be on an album.
Yeah. So I'm kind of curious. Mark Morton's playing in Richmond on March 14th or something. Where it's during the middle of the week. I'm kind of hoping I can go. I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to pull this off live,
I wonder
or
if
what
they're
they're
going
going
to
to
do
do.
like Slash, because that's how Miles Kennedy got his gig.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of curious. So it's two other bands playing, opening up. I'm assuming the way they got it listed is Mark is the headliner. So I'm kind of curious of how it's going to work out. But I'm really pumped up to hear the rest of this album. But I don't have to wait too much longer anyway. About a month.
Yeah, and like I said, I didn't realize that Miles Kennedy. I mean, props to Miles Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
He's phenomenal. I mean, he was when you almost get the Led Zeppelin gig to sing with Jimmy Page, while he's playing Led Zeppelin stuff. That says it all right there. Not many people cover Plant. All right, so my next one, super excited about. Me and Mike Hardesty talking about the movie.
I am kind of curious about the movie.
It's gonna be. I mean, I'm sure only people are gonna appreciate the song is probably Motley Crue fans, but it is produced by Bob Rock's in there helping them, and he did Dr. Feel Good. He did the self-titled Crue album, John Corabi. But yeah, super excited. I think the movie's gonna be really cool. I've actually seen the people that are playing the parts. It was on Hop's Hard Rock Heavy Metal wall.
I seen you post that.
If you want to see what it looked like, go check it out. Little Facebook thing I run, and always look for input, post stuff, get people's reactions, show ideas, subject ideas. Just looking to have some fun and talking about music. Go there and check it out. That's Hop's Hard Rock Metal page.
Nice plug. My number 3 is Testament. No release date yet. Just said summer, questionable. So it's been 3 years since the Brotherhood of the Snake came out. So that album kicked ass.
Yeah, that was good.
So whatever the new one is that's coming, if it comes out this year, hopefully it will. If it's anywhere close as good, even if it's a little bad, it's still gonna be good.
Are they like full original? How close are they to original? I mean, I know Alex and Chuck Billy.
Alex and Chuck Billy and the other guitar player, I can't remember his name right offhand. I know those guys are still with them. I'm bad with names and stuff with bands.
Yeah, and I'm not sure.
And I know those 3 guys are original, but the rest of them, I honestly I don't remember.
But you got the Heart and Soul. You got Chuck Billy and Alex Skolnick. I mean, they are Testament. All right, so my next one, pretty excited about this. I was actually going to see these guys in Richmond, and they announced they were playing at Headline M3 Saturday night. Been wanting to see them. I kind of heard Dave's voice ain't what it used to be, but still super stoked to see Whitesnake. And they got a new album coming out in May called Flesh and Blood, and they got an all-star lineup. I know it's.
Does he ever have a shitty lineup?
Yeah, he's never had one. But they got the dude from Winger, Red Beach.
Red Beach. Oh, yeah.
And I want to say, I don't know if it's Doug Aldridge, but they've got another guitarist that he smokes too. I mean, I can't come up with his name. If y'all can, then you leave it down in the comment section.
I don't have a whole lot up here to work with anymore to remember shit. So.
Yeah. But that's my next one on the list.
All right, my next one is Lamb of God. I really enjoyed the last album. That was, be 4 years ago, probably by the time this one comes out. Christmas is what they're hoping to beat Christmas, is what I read. I don't know. I know they're going to be doing some touring this summer, some big festivals over in Europe and whatnot, and then plus, I guess, early, mid-spring or whatever you want to call it, the Slayer tour. They're on that, so I'm hoping I can catch them on that. So I don't know. Wasn't a whole lot out there as far as when specifics were, what they've already done, what they've gotten done, or whatever. But I have a feeling it's probably going to be late in the year before.
Well,
we see
especially if they do the Slayer tour.
it. Yeah, and plus Mark's doing his. He's got a little. I don't know. Maybe it was like 10 dates or something like that. I don't even know if it was that many that he's doing.
And one of them's Richmond. Well, I guess
one of them, yeah, that's
I guess
where they're from.
Yeah,
so
they're from Richmond, so that makes sense.
But that, and then I guess that'll be before they start the Slayer tour, and then the Slayer tour, I'm not sure how long that one's running through. So yeah, I don't know if maybe even started recording anything. So if they haven't, it may be next year before we see it. So hoping, fingers crossed, this year. But
yeah, you might get one this year. My next one on the list, these guys went off my radar pretty heavy after Vicious Circle because it's so much. If you go on Wikipedia, you see how many members they got. I thought Rat had a lot of replacements, but I think LA Guns is taking the lead with, like, I think last I heard 54 members. That's just crazy. But last album, I don't know how many people knew this, but Tracy Guns and Phil Lewis got back together and they released an album. The title slips my mind right now, but I know it was really good. But they've actually got another album coming out this year, which I'm pretty psyched about. I've heard the opening. I've heard the first track, which is Stay Away, which is pretty good. I mean, the chemistry's there with Phil Lewis and LA Guns. I mean, that is LA Guns. You know, everybody else is kind of in and out, but them two are. Well, Steve Riley, he's kind of getting a bad rap right now because he was a big part of it too. But that's the next one on my list: LA Guns, Devil and You.
all right, I know. I'm surprised it wasn't on your list. I didn't see it on there, but Steel Panther.
Yeah, I had it on there, but I figured you'd have it on there.
No release date yet. It has been recorded. Apparently, last year at some point in time, they had recorded it and it was being uploaded and got deleted. And I don't know if that was a big
Was that
a big story just to make it cool or what? I don't know, but.
Well,
yeah.
see, and you remember Lexi with
Lexi had to go to sex rehab. So, and he was apparently the one that deleted. So what I read was that they left him in charge of uploading it, and he hit the delete button on the keyboard where it says DEL, and he took it as deliver, and it got deleted. That's the story that they were going with. I think it was all a big.
Yeah, the guys, because you remember. The interview I watched, the drummer, Styx, said that he was going to be glad when Lexi come back because he could teach him how to have better sex since he was going to get rehabbed.
Yeah.
But I don't know if String watches anything. Speaking of Steel Panther, I'll just make this quick. They got on their web channel, they do these movies, these little skit movies.
I've seen a couple, I think.
And they did like Back Broke Mountain and Weird Science, but this week they did The Matrix. Oh, dude, you got to go check that out. that's just crazy. But anyway, on with me, I guess. My next pick. Hey, let's just do the list. This might be a good time for the list.
Oh yeah, throw the list in there.
Even though it's a short one, we got what is it?
Tim Stum.
So that's actually Stommy, right?
Yeah, Stommy.
But he's pretty excited about the new Megadeth, and I'm pretty excited about the new Megadeth. I'm hoping it comes out this year.
Though, but.
Yeah, but I seen he had it. I want to give him some props. Props to him. All right, Mike Griever, he's pretty stoked about the Distillers.
Yes.
What do they brew up?
Yeah, what's they got brewing?
I hope something good. Rhoda's my alpha. She's so sexy.
But loves looking forward to the new
Loves licking
Distillers.
his lips for the new Distillers album.
Thank you, Griever.
Also, we got Robert Ford. He's excited about the new Megadeth.
Yeah.
So
we all should.
Yep, everybody's excited about the Megadeth. I know it didn't make my list, but Everybody else has got on there, so
The Distillers will be mine then.
so.
Loves adding his to the list. His Distillers.
And Strings actually lists he's excited about more albums than I am, so I'm gonna let him.
Well, I
go
left
ahead and
off
put
a lot of the
another one
stuff I thought he might put on his list, and I thought he was still. I thought we would share a couple, but I guess he must have been reading my mind and didn't want to put them on his list. So we did pretty good on
Yeah.
not repeating anything. So that's pretty cool. Let me see. Slipknot.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I didn't know
It's
that.
it's
Well, they have
it's
released
not
it too.
definite. It's not a definite thing yet. The last thing that I read was Corey said that they were hoping to have. They had 20 songs recorded apparently, and they were trying to go through and weed out the best of the bunch. But that they wanted to try to get, if not in the initial release of whatever they put out, maybe having a secondary release and maybe trying to get all of it out there in either one big part 1 and part 2, which I don't know. Hopefully,
We can
if
buy
they
them
do
and
that,
make
it's
one
not
good.
a
Yeah, oh gosh.
Use Your Illusions 1 and 2, but
Well, even Five Finger Death Punch, it's just too much.
yeah,
I mean, I know you've got that much stuff and you want to get it out there, but it's too much for I think it's too much for a fan to take in at one time. It's like a double dose. You think, wow, that's awesome, man. My favorite band's putting out all this music, but then it's like you can't digest it all properly. I don't think with a double album.
yeah, and it's I don't know, and a lot of times there's a lot of misses in that, and
Yeah, when
don't
you
know.
could have combined and made a solid album. That's
Yeah.
how I feel.
And then just
So-
use Russ's demos and sides.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
something
or
like
you know, put them as bonus tracks or
Yeah.
something, you know,
Or release them down the
a
road.
cheap EP or something, and just half-ass record them or just the rough demos or whatever of them, and go with that.
Make a vault. You don't have to charge $2,000, but
Yeah.
do a little. What the guys from Tesla, they're going to do a lockbox. I think no, it was Ace Frehley. Ace Eugene had his vault, so Ace can't afford his
Foot
fans
Locker,
won't-
maybe they can do a Foot
So
Locker.
he's doing that little safety box. That's
Safety
what he's
box.
going to release his in. I heard on
Oh.
that truck. I
Well.
thought it was pretty funny. They was pretty much busting on Gene pretty hard.
Busting his balls.
All right, so my next one, she's still hot.
Yes,
I mean,
maybe a little crazy in the head, but
yeah, I don't really
still
know. And I don't have a problem with crazy. But she's
I
got
tell you got to live with it.
yeah, she's got a concept album coming out. There's really nothing, no release date. It's just a TBA album. But I can dig some Lita Ford. Everybody can probably dig some Lita Ford. But that's about all I got on that album. I don't have no info. There was nothing. It's just a concept album. That was all it said.
I think wasn't there something on Blabbermouth? Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I remember seeing that. All right, I'm gonna just go to two of mine since you're starting to get towards the end of your list there, and I'll just do two quick ones here. Killswitch Engage. Apparently, everything's recorded, and as we was talking earlier about band members paying attention and learning stuff in the studio, Adam of Killswitch, which is a guitar player. He does all the mixing and final hoopla for the album. So he's working on his end of it right now. So there's no release date yet given for it, but it's been 3 years since the last album, Incarnate. So definitely looking forward to that. My wife and I went to see him play there last, right. It was actually on my birthday, I believe it was, on the 4th.
Well, we went
on
and seen
December.
them. I don't know when it was during the summer. We saw them with
Summer.
Anthrax.
Yeah, and that was in Richmond, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was. Then they were pretty good. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know a lot of their stuff, but I wasn't saying, God, I hope this soon gets over. I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, they bring it. I mean, they're not
Yeah.
slouches live, that's for sure. And I'm surprised you didn't have this one, but hell yeah. Number 6, all of Vinny's drum work was recorded before he died, so they're laying all that out and finishing the album out, and no exact release date yet, but it should be good. And they're talking like they're really doing this album up right for Vinny. So I'm pretty pumped about this one. The last album was really good, and that was Undeniable, and that was 3 years ago in 2016. So
On a note on that album, Have you heard? There's a new track off that album.
I haven't heard it yet.
I think I seen on Blabbermouth the last day we worked, which would have been Tuesday.
Well, I did see a little snippet of something that they released out there, and it was
It
was
might
only
just
like
been a snippet.
15 seconds.
Oh.
It wasn't even vocals on it. It was just guitar lick and a little bit of drum, I think, towards the end of it or something. It wasn't much to it at all. It was just like a little tease.
That might be a
video.
good comment thing. If you've heard it, just maybe link it or let us know if it's out there, if the song's out yet.
Yeah, I don't even know if they even had a title for that song that was teased.
Yeah, I don't even remember. I just remember seeing it. I kind of glanced over it. I haven't seen it. And I knew the drum tracks were done. They've been done for, I guess he got them done not too long before he passed. But all right, so I'm looking forward to this. I haven't really been looking forward to their albums in a while, but man, we went and seen them at M3 last year, and they got, I can't remember the dude's name, Todd. He's got a weird last name.
Yeah.
But the guy,
We need to do better at writing this shit down.
yeah, well, this was kind of an impulse thing with the whole M3, but their new album, I think it's called The Verdict, supposed to drop March 1st. They released a song called Man the Machine. Awesome. I mean, that dude sounds just like Jeff Tate, and they say he can sing Jeff Tate's stuff,
Older
Jeff
stuff that he
Tate-
was struggling
Who
with.
was it?
Queen's right. But yes, I'm kind of excited at. It'll probably be the first new Queen's Right I've bought since probably Empire. I mean, and Empire and Mindcrime are probably always going to be their two gems.
Yeah.
But
There was a lot of their later stuff that it just kind of, I don't know, a lot of stuff at that time was kind of
And there you go.
straying. And,
Concept albums again.
yeah, definitely.
that's our, you done with
Yeah,
that one, all right?
yeah.
My next one is Megadeth. Spring of 2019 is what the last thing that was the most current thing anyway that was mentioned by Dave. That I think they were thinking it was going to be later, but then Dave came out and said something where things were a lot further ahead than what originally was said in a previous interview, and so maybe spring, maybe summer, probably in between. So if it's anywhere close to Dystopia, it's going to be killer.
Yeah.
It's going to be killer because that album was phenomenal.
Well, I was listening to an interview today. Dave said that they got greatest hits coming out this year too.
Yeah,
very
that
soon.
box set thing that they're doing is 30-some tracks. or
Yeah,
whatever
he
it is.
said that there's
Career.
35 tracks, and it's supposed to be like you can hear like all the changes when he was. He said when I'm on heroin, when I'm on coke, and he just said, it's our whole career. He's like, it's my whole career. It's up and down, and yeah,
Well, that's what it's supposed to be, a career portfolio, I guess. In a way.
that's what a greatest hits should be. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish it up. Actually, there was a label called Frontier Records. It's been out a couple years now. They picked up a lot of. They released pushed albums, I guess, for a lot of the bands that me and String listened to back in the 80s. And I have zero information. I just seen where they're going to be on Frontier Records and are supposed to be releasing an album in 19, and that is Spread Eagle. Man, love them guys. Even their second album I thought was pretty decent, their sophomore effort. But their first album, if you've never heard it, you're really missing out because there ain't a bad track on that album. I mean, nothing. And props Neil Sherman. He was probably, him and Jay Taylor were the two that introduced me to Spread Eagle. And man, ever since they have, it gets a good bit of airplay. I've played it a lot over the years and still love it. But I guess that's it for me.
All right, I got two more. I got Anthrax. Apparently, they're in the midst of recording. They were in January, started recording, so I don't know. I'm thinking by now they would be done and going on to the next stage of things. So there's no real release date listed for that one yet. So For All Kings, that was in 2006. There were a lot of albums I wrote down that came out in 2016. It's like the 3-year, because Testament, and then Killswitch, Hell Yeah, Megadeth, Anthrax, and then the next band I'm going to talk about, Death Angel. another 2016. The Evil Divide was the last album. That was a really good album. There was a couple songs on it, but for the most part, the whole album was pretty decent. So this will be their 9th album, and not even anything mentioned on release date. And so we're hoping 2019. So I'd like to check that one out when it comes out too. So.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna have a pretty good year. I mean, I didn't put down Hell Yeah, I didn't put down Steel Panther, Megadeth.
Because you were reading my mind.
Well, I was like, I did. I mean, I know me and him's hung around so long. I kind of know what he looks forward to, and he kind of knows what I look forward to. And I wanted to give everybody the opportunity to get different stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, we could push as many bands as we could push in here, because I'm excited about a lot of that stuff, and I'm sure he feels the same way. I mean, or even if we ain't excited, we're going to want to hear that, and he's going to want to hear this. And actually, String had actually heard this band for me. I'm getting ready to plug a CD. I just got in the mail yesterday, but I went on and listened to this band called Roxanne. They sent me a notification on YouTube, and I had forgot String had posted it on my wall, but I'm gonna check them out.
Facebook page.
Yeah, on my Facebook page.
What is it?
Hard rock and heavy metal page. But which everybody needs to go and join and all that good stuff.
Pause this. Open up another tab. Go to Facebook. Plug it in. Like it.
And
then you can come back and play.
I'm going to try to be smart enough to figure out how to link all this stuff together. I mean, this is all a growing process here. This is learn day by day. But band's called Roxanne. I'll just give you a little brief history. They were a band that come out in, I think, 88, 89.
Never heard of them.
They released one album. They had a cover tune. It was a dance song that they redone. I think that was their little bit of radio airplay, and I'd never even heard that, but I'd heard these on I'm gonna go ahead and plug Grown Up Rock podcast, and they were talking highly of these guys, and they played a song on there, and I went back and listened to that song that String had posted, and I was like, man, I really like these guys. They have the hard rock sound I like, but they sound fresh. Mm-hmm. They don't sound like an 80s band.
No.
So if you're looking for something and you like that genre of music that come out in the 80s, but you want a fresher sound, I recommend checking out Roxanne. Also, they do a cover of, I was telling him earlier, Man the Moon by The Scream, which I'm a huge Krabby fan. Everybody knows me, knows that. That man can't do no wrong. But if you ever heard Man the Moon, check out their version. You won't be disappointed. It's just as good. And actually, the whole album's good. I mean, I'd read you the title tracks, but I'm not much on to see it.
I can barely even see them.
Yeah, it's like almost black on black.
Yeah, they didn't do a very good job. But I came across these guys just watching stuff on YouTube, and you get over there on the side, you got all these videos and stuff, which most of them you've probably seen before, but then there'll be like one or two to pop up, and I kept seeing this one pop up and pop up and pop up, and I don't even know if I could even read the name. Yeah, I can't even read this, but Go Fuck Yourself, that was one of them.
Yeah. And there's another song too. First track. What's the first track?
Someone to Kill, Girls Alright, Super Bad. Super Bad, I think, might have been Thin Blue Line. That's the one I saw. I watched that one, and I was like, damn, this ain't too bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It was very catchy, and honestly, I never even knew that they were an 80s band, and so it didn't sound anything that would have came out back then to me.
Yeah.
I thought they were a brand new band or something. So I mean, to me, it sounded kind of like he said, fresh, something different.
And that's probably good. People will give them a chance.
Yeah.
They won't just look at them, oh, they're just 80s band. Yeah.
Well, and obviously they're getting something because it's popping up left and right. And I've already seen 3 or 4 different videos popping up on the side of when I'm watching stuff. So I mean, they're big budget videos too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just those lyric videos where somebody just sits at a computer and does it all and there's nobody in it.
Well, they got
these
guests
are
too.
because the one's got George. There was 2 of them that had George Lynch, wasn't it? So
we got some hot looking women.
Which
too.
which one was the one that was it? Go Fuck Yourself. They had
it might have been
the car washing girls, and that's one that George Lynch is in because he's driving one of the
See, and that was the last one I'd seen.
Old school muscle cars.
Strings like there's a lot of hot looking women in that one video, so I was like, I instantly had to go check it out.
Yeah, they were easy on the eyes. I don't remember who used to say that, but it might have been Derek or somebody, I don't remember, but they were easy on the eyes. All right, I'm gonna plug band real quick too. Little, quite opposite of what Hop had. War Kings, brand new album. It's called Reborn. This is their debut album, and if you get into power metal, European power metal, or anything like that, these guys are straightforward power metal. They don't look like it by any means. You got a Tribune, a Crusader, a Viking, and a Spartan, and that's their names. They don't even give their real names, but they all dress up, and it's I'm trying to remember the name of the song. It's not Sparta, I don't think. Gladiator, I think it is. That's a pretty cool video. There's some pretty big budget videos, and I think they released another one, Sparta, which on here it was a male singer, but then the video they released for that, it actually has a female singer, and I really like the female singer version better than the one that's on here.
Is she hot?
So, she's
Easy on the eyes.
yeah, she's pretty nice looking.
Easy on the eyes.
She's easy on the eyes, and she's from another band, and I can't remember what that. I had never heard of that band, but
When I edit this, I'll post a picture of her so
Yeah.
everybody can see. And y'all can tell us in the comments section whether you think she's hot, and we'll post it. I'll make sure I
and go watch
post.
the Roxanne videos. They're pretty cool too.
Yeah, and I'll post a picture
More
of
hot chicks.
nowadays Lita Ford and before, and you can see that she's still all right. We won't go there, but all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug Eugene Bear.
Hey, we got some little paperwork here we can show. We got the Broadway co-working right here. See, like right here's some nice, cool chill pads you got right there. You got some nice office space areas.
Yeah, you
and
got
stuff
all
in there.
this.
You know, like behind us, it's like a little cafe-like place here. We're sitting at the bar. Something different than the green screen section. So,
Yeah.
if you're in the area, in Broadway area, definitely a cool little pad to come hang out and.
Yeah.
If you hear the background noise, it's the ice cooler.
Yeah, we got the ice cooler. We had some Metallica playing when we got here. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty-
Eugene to hook us up with that.
It's pretty. Yeah, and I do appreciate this, Yogi. I know we should be calling
buddy.
you Eugene, but you'll always be Yogi
Yes,
Bear.
Yogi Bear to us.
Boo boo.
But we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Really look forward to 2019. If there's any releases you guys look forward to, just put it down in the comment section.
The
Yeah,
Distillers.
and I was going to say, if there's some concerts that you guys are looking forward to, throw that stuff down there too. Like I said, Hop and I are going to try to maybe do
Yeah.
some at M3, and we're not sure how it's going to come out or how it's going to work at all. If we can even get by with doing recording,
Yeah,
on,
we might
on the
actually
budget,
have
but
to talk to Darren Dove. Darren Dove, I think you're
we're
going.
looking for you, buddy.
Yeah, we might need some help from you.
You know where you work.
Anybody else going to M3? Let us know, because if we can put this all together, we could probably use some help.
Yeah.
Maybe some people doing interviews and stuff like that. And we'll definitely try to do something cool.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to do
entertaining.
anything to be able to get backstage and do anything like
Yeah.
that or not. But last year was a little different because they didn't have the second stage, so we didn't really get to run into a lot of people. So I don't think we saw anybody walking around the crowd last year. The year before, we saw several people. I actually seen one of the guys from Hell Yeah there.
But if we could even had, like, people talking about our battle coats.
Mm-hmm.
Just had them, even that drunk guy that come down and was all amazed. I still had the same high school coat. But even stuff like that, just people.
Yeah, maybe we can get some people and we can stop them and
do
talk
like
about
our
their
own
battle coats.
Our own heavy metal.
That might be
part.
its own
Yeah.
YouTube thing. We
That's
might have
true.
a separate whole video just dedicated to battle codes.
Yeah, inspiration.
Wow,
What
I pulled
inspired
mine
you to
out. I
put?
still have it.
Oh, so
There you
look,
go.
you should have wore it.
Cliff and
All right, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. Hope y'all enjoy all the music coming out in 2019, because I know we are.
Let me get you.
You guys rock. Peace.